Most people think they recognize secure attachment when they see it. They describe it as a calm relationship, no anxiety, no conflict, two people who just work. That definition is wrong, and it is exactly why so many people actively searching for secure attachment keep missing it. What we know from the research is that secure attachment is not the absence of difficulty. It is not having an easy childhood. It is not loving someone without fear. It is a specific nervous system pattern, one that can be learned, practiced, and built at any age. In about 8 minutes, we're going to show you a finding that completely rewrites the definition. And once you see what secure attachment actually is, you will not be able to unsee it in yourself or in anyone you are close to. In this video, we are going to look at what secure attachment actually is. Not the idealized version, but the behavioral pattern the research actually describes. We will cover why the common definition keeps people stuck, what the 3 real markers are, and what it means that secure attachment can be built, not just born into. Before we go further, if this is your first time on the channel, we share relationship psychology research every week that most people never encounter. Hit subscribe so you do not miss it. And if you want to understand your own attachment pattern specifically, we have built a free attachment style quiz over at magneticchemistry.com. The link is in the description. Takes about 3 minutes and gives you a personalized breakdown. Now, back to what secure actually means. Here is something that happens to a lot of people who discover attachment theory. They read about anxious attachment and they recognize themselves. They read about avoidant attachment and they recognize a partner. And then they read about secure attachment and they feel a quiet confusion. The description sounds fine, calm, functional. They can picture it intellectually, but they have never actually experienced it. They do not have a felt sense of what secure is supposed to feel like. And that gap between understanding the concept and being able to locate it in real life is where a lot of people get stuck. They try to measure their progress by whether they feel anxious less often, whether conflicts feel smaller, whether they have stopped doing the thing they used to do. The problem with that approach is that you are measuring the absence of something. You are trying to navigate to a destination without knowing what it looks like when you arrive. Secure attachment is not a void. It has a shape. It has specific behavioral markers. And until we understand those markers, we can work toward it for years and still not recognize it when it begins to appear. Here's what the research actually defines it as, and it changes the entire framework. In 1987, psychologists Cindy Hazen and Philip Shaver applied Bowlby's infant attachment framework to adult romantic relationships. The finding that came out of that research surprised a lot of people. Only about 56% of adults showed secure attachment patterns in their study, which means roughly 4 in 10 adults are not securely attached. And insecure attachment is statistically the norm, not the exception, not a personal failure, the norm. Think about what that means for how we have been framing this. If more than 4 in 10 people are operating from insecure patterns, then becoming securely attached is not about recovering some perfect baseline we once had. For a lot of us, that baseline never existed. We are not going back to something. We are building something new. That reframe connects directly to Bowlby's foundational concept, the secure base. Bowlby observed that secure attachment figures do not prevent distress. They make distress survivable. A securely attached child does not need a parent who keeps the world from being hard. They need a parent they can return to when the world is hard. That parent becomes the secure base, a point of safe return, not a shelter from all difficulty. The same logic applies in adult relationships. A secure partner is not someone who never activates your nervous system. A secure relationship is not one where nothing goes wrong. It is a relationship where, when something does go wrong, you trust that repair is possible, that the other person will be available, that you can return to baseline. Meet Priya. She is 33 and she has been working on her attachment patterns for 2 years. She and her partner Marcus almost never argue. She has taken that as a sign she is close to secure. But 3 weeks ago, Marcus did not text back after a difficult conversation. He was in a meeting. It took 4 hours. By the time he responded, Priya had already spent those hours in a low-grade spiral. She knew it was probably nothing. She could hear the anxious voice clearly. She just could not stop it. She spent the next 3 days in a kind of quiet noise. Not a crisis, but not back to herself either. And she came away convinced, still not secure. But here is what the research would actually say about Priya. The question is not whether she felt the spike. It is how long it took her to return to baseline. It is whether she moved toward Marcus or retreated into silence. It is whether, beneath the spiral, she trusted he was available. We're about to get to the 3 behavioral markers that define secure attachment, and one of them explains exactly what Priya's experience is actually telling her. Quick question before we keep going. When you're feeling stressed or disconnected in a relationship, which sounds more like you? A. You move toward your partner, seek them out, ask for reassurance, initiate conversation. Or B. You pull back and try to handle it on your own first. Drop A or B in the comments. We read every single one. And if you want to go deeper on your specific pattern, we have written about this in detail on the blog at magneticchemistry.com. Link is in the description. Now, the 3 markers. Research on adult attachment consistently identifies 3 behavioral markers of secure attachment. Not feelings, not personality traits, behaviors, which means they can be observed, practiced, and changed. The first, seeking closeness under stress. When something goes wrong, securely attached people move toward their attachment figure. They reach. They do not go quiet. They do not manage it alone and hope the tension dissolves on its own. This is exactly where Priya's pattern lives. When Marcus did not text back, she did not reach toward him. She monitored. She interpreted. The absence of that reach, not knowing whether it was safe to need him, is the anxious pattern at work, not evidence that she is far from secure. The second marker, returning to baseline quickly after conflict. Secure people process, repair, and return. The conflict is discrete. It has a beginning and an end. It does not bleed into every interaction that follows. And here is what matters about that. Returning to baseline quickly does not mean not feeling the conflict. Securely attached people feel the spike. They feel hurt. What they do not do is stay spiked. Their nervous system, through consistent evidence that repair is possible, has learned that distress is temporary. Daniel is 34. His closest friend Jess is in a relationship with someone named Tomas. He has watched them navigate real conflict, not surface-level disagreements, and what gets him is the speed. 20 minutes after something real, they are back. He assumed chemistry, luck, some natural communication ability he was born without. What he was actually watching was a practiced nervous system pattern. Jess and Tomas have enough repair history between them that conflict does not register as a threat to the relationship itself. Their nervous systems have learned, through evidence over time, that difficulty is not the end. The third marker, trusting the availability of the attachment figure. This is Bowlby's secure base in practice. Secure people trust, not because they have never been let down, but because enough evidence has accumulated that the other person is going to be there. And that trust regulates the nervous system before the conflict is even resolved. Here is where Hazan and Shaver's research becomes especially important. They found that a meaningful number of adults develop what researchers now call earned secure attachment. Adults who did not have secure childhoods, but who built secure patterns through adult relationships over time. The nervous system learned, slowly, through consistent evidence, that repair was possible, that closeness was safe, that distress was survivable. The fixed story, that you either have secure attachment or you do not, and if childhood did not give it to you, the window is closed. That story is not what the data supports. Secure attachment is not a gift. It is a pattern, and patterns can be changed. We open this video asking why the common definition of secure attachment keeps people from finding it. Here is the answer. The no anxiety, no conflict definition sets an impossible target. It measures progress by the absence of normal human experience. Conflict is not the enemy of secure attachment. Anxiety is not evidence that you are failing. They are data. The nervous system doing its job, flagging uncertainty, signaling that something matters. The securely attached person does not have a nervous system that never fires. They have one that fires and then returns. They reach toward the person they are with. They repair when something breaks. And they trust, built slowly through consistent evidence, that the other person is going to be there. That is not a personality trait. That is a practiced pattern. And behavior is where change actually lives. The harder question is not, am I secure? It is, what evidence are we building right now that repair is possible? Understanding this conceptually is valuable, but understanding your specific attachment pattern is where the real shift happens. We have built a free attachment style quiz over at magneticchemistry.com that gives you a personalized breakdown of your results. It takes about 3 minutes, completely free. The link is in the description. Take it after this video. You might find that you are closer to secure than the feeling has been telling you. Secure attachment is not the destination where nothing is hard anymore. It is the condition under which hard things become navigable, together with someone who is also trying. The question we need to sit with is not whether we have it, it is whether we are building the evidence that makes it possible. Next in this series, what secure attachment actually looks like inside conflict. Specifically, the repair behaviors that research identifies as distinct to securely attached pairs. Some of them are not what you would expect.